Away from darts yourself, you know, what do you do to unwind and when you're not involved?
Well, I love travelling, but what's happened, I can't break away from the darts with that now because darts takes me around the world.
Yeah.
The travelling has become part and part, but even without darts, that's what I absolutely love.
Mm.
And I've been so lucky that darts has given me that platform to travel and see new places. But that's really that's a passion that I have.
I mean, I love travelling, but it's great you're actually getting paid to travel, which is even better.
Yeah, well, of course, what we do is take the players will be the same. I'm sure in any sport, officials and players, what you do is you take the opportunity. It's not for free. You just extend your stay, don't you?
Yeah, that's exactly,
If I'm working over in Australia, I'm not going to nip back at the earliest opportunity. I'm going to try and enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't really.
You still have to pay your own way, of course.
Yeah.
You're there, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, but it's great. I mean, is there any? I mean, you've been around the world, UK and around the world. Is there anywhere you've not been and you'd like to go?
South America, I think, would be interesting for darts.
It would. I mean, yeah, it's. I know. Have you been to China? Does China play darts?
No. I mean, there's sort of China. Yes, they do. I've not personally been.
No.
There's big talks about events we've been to Singapore. That was there last year. There's a World Cup planned in Japan in 2 or 3 years.
Because I mean,
there's also talks of an event in Hong Kong. So yes, it's heading that way.
Because if the Chinese embrace it, like they have done snooker and a few other games, the population is huge there, and if they embrace it, we could be having a Chinese world champion.
And if they fall in love with it, the British players may well be in trouble.
They could well be, because
they won't get outnumbered, but it would be great for the sport worldwide, like it has been for snooker.
Yeah, it has done things. Have you had any disasters while you've been on refereeing or calling?
Well, there's more nervy moments than disasters. I mean, we had a recent event, the World Masters in October, where we had the whole of Hull, the national grid went down.
Oh dear.
And the match in question, funny you should mention the Far East, because it involved a Japanese player. He'd never been to that stage before the World Masters. And a guy from Lancashire, and the power went in the very last leg of the match.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they were in a tiebreaker. So that kind of thing is just awful.
Yeah.
For everybody concerned. And as soon as you lose power, an MC's power has gone because you can't speak. So that sort of scenario is not good.
Not good news.
Yeah, the whole of it took about 45 minutes before we could restart the match, and then the poor players had to go on,
cold.
Just for the last leg.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
That wasn't a good situation.
You're involved with an organisation called NPTSA.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Right. Well, they are I've got to put it right here, like you tried with the PDC. I think it's the National Passenger Transport Sports Association.
It is indeed.
Oh, you know more about it than me.
I looked it up earlier and I thought, what is that?
Right, they have 2 events a year with darts that I've been with them for 10 years, and the next one's coming up very shortly in Coventry. All of the PCV licence holders, the tram drivers and bus drivers, they have a sports association, and darts is one of their passions. So they have a national league, a bit like the county system, they all play all over the country, and then they have like a finals weekend, which I'm part of.
Okay.
And it's lovely, over 200 players go there, so it's private, but it's nationwide.
Yeah, it's
really great, yeah. We have a winter event in Coventry, and a summer event on the Isle of Wight.
That's all right. And you're their honorary vice president?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my 10th year this year.
As well. That's good.
That's the nice thing, because again, back to where we've begun about darts is sort of for everybody. What it was is a way of getting the people that work in that industry, getting them together.
It's a social sport, and I think
darts there is unlike any other tournament that I run because it's just fun. People are playing. There's board after board after board, but all you can hear is people laughing. Yeah, it's not the same as when you go to a ranking tournament where everybody's quiet and concentrating. What darts does there, people are competing, but they're doing it having fun.
Yeah, I think that's a good... I mean, I think if you're... The day when you start doing something and it's not fun is the day to give it up, I think. Yeah.
And that's the flavour that you get a lot in the BDO. When you go to a PDC Tour event, you've got 128 guys there for the same reason.
Yeah.
And that is to earn a living. Well, what you've got with a lot of the BDO events, the top players, of course, are doing the same thing. They're chasing the professional end of the game. They're looking to earn money. They're looking to qualify for major tournaments. But what you also have, somewhere like the Dutch Open, you've got over 4,000 players there.
Oh.
It's the biggest Open in the world. There's no tournament that big anywhere. you've got over 4,000 people there just going to have fun.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong in that.
No, not at all.
I'm going to ask you perhaps an unfair question in a few minutes. Well, now.
In a few minutes.
Well, in a second, I'm going to ask you an unfair question, probably. Who's your favourite darts player?
Well, I will say Bobby George, on a personal level.
Yeah.
He was my original hero.
Yeah.
He was the one I followed. I went to see in exhibitions, and then I got to know him and he's now a very good friend of mine.
Yeah, and his son's now playing, isn't he? Robbie.
Yeah, Richard.
Richard.
Another son's called Robert, yeah, but Richard qualified for the World Championships, got to the semi-finals at Lakeside 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very good.
And
we talked about career, and he's got a very good career in the care industry, and he's concentrating on that at the moment, so we might not see him on the off for a while.
Oh, that's good.
He's a young man, we might see him back, it would be nice.
Mm.
Favourite player currently, purely to watch, Michael Van Gogh.
He's fast, isn't he?
Ever since I saw him, when he was 17, I just love to watch him.
He is some player, isn't he?
Yeah,
and he's apart from you just mentioned Bobby George's boy, is there a young up-and-coming player we should all be watching out for?
Well, there's so many. I mean, the young Dutch lad that won the youth championship at the Lakeside, Colin Roelofs, looked so impressive as a youngster. And there's a youngster, the PDC World Champion. I mean, the youth champion I'm talking about, Keegan Brown from the Isle of Wight.
Yes, he looks...
And these youth champions, I mean, I know I'm picking people out and they've won a youth world title, so I'm not picking out a dark horse, but, they're so impressive now. When you watch the youngsters, they're tremendous. The pair of those, I could see them being top players.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the time.
There is another name I must mention.
Sorry?
And that's the young lady that got to the Women's World Championship final, Fallon Sherrock.
Yeah, she's a local girl, isn't she?
Yeah. 20 years of age. She already won the Youth World Masters, and she's now reached the World Masters Senior and the Lakeside Ladies World Championship final.
And she's from MK?
Yes.
Yeah, she looks a very, very... Because she's the youngest...
She for Bedfordshire. She's an England youth player, and now she's looking the part of the senior, just 20 years of age.
I know, it's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know, when I see people of that age, it's like you say, as you get, when you're getting old, your policemen look younger.
Yeah,
and everybody looks...
absolutely.
Everybody looks younger nowadays. Thank you very much for your time today, Richard. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, enjoyed it, thank you.
Rockers, join me, Colin.
And me, Andy.
For Roadie Rocks.
Fridays at 8 p.m. on Seclo Sounds, bringing you the very best in classic rock, stories from the road and special guests.
You can join in by following us on Twitter at Roadie Rocks MK.
Roadie Rocks, Fridays at 8 p.m. only on Seclo Sounds.
Sweet satisfaction.
There we are, that's details of one of the great shows here on Seclo Sounds we have. That's Roadie Rocks tonight on Fridays at 8 o'clock. A great show, as all the shows are here on Seclo Sounds. Anyhow, it's events time and announcements time. I've got absolutely loads today. I've had an email from the Wolverton Community Energy. They're a new project aimed at helping Wolverton community regenerate renewable energy, and their aim is to install solar panels on the roofs of industrial and community buildings throughout the Wolverton area, including schools and local community buildings, and it's going to help vulnerable people keep warmer and reduce fuel bills. What I've asked is they're looking to secure votes so they can get M&S funds, and all you need to do, you cast your vote by Wednesday the 30th of September, and they can be made by visiting the M&S Energy website, which is mnsenergyfund.com, and then /project /283-110. That's mnsenergyfund.com /project /283-10. And also we've got an event, something close to my heart. It's a coffee morning, part of Macmillan's Coffee Morning, the world's biggest coffee morning. That takes place on the 25th of September, and it's being hosted by Industrial Connector and Ethernet Specialist, Electrosic, and they're having a coffee morning on the 25th of September in Ada Macmillan. It runs from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. It's at the Abbey Hill Golf Centre, and which is in 2 Mile Ash. It's a place I know well. It really can't go wrong. Bit of cake, bit of coffee, and you're raising money for charity. Can't be a bad thing. If you'd like to know more about it, you need to speak to... you can either email Amy at electronic.co.uk, or you search for Connect for Cake on Twitter. That's that one sorted. And we've got another one about an event's happening. It's a little way off yet. Saturday the 10th of October. It's called the Festival of Languages. And I've been contacted by a lady. She's the program director and festival organizer. And she says that the Festival of Languages is an annual event which is celebrating languages spoken in our world. And it also, special feature this year, highlighting the Rugby World Cup coming to Milton Keynes in September. And what they're inviting you to do is go along. It's at on October the 10th at the Guildhall within the Cornerstone and the Fred Roche Gardens. That's in MK9. So you can go along, you can dress up to represent the nation of your choice and have a great time. And having featuring a parade of performers dressed in native dress of all the nations playing in the World Cup. And there's going to be exhibitions celebrating cultural heritage, language cafe, and where you have an opportunity to experience language activities and all that sort of thing. So that sounds a great event. Well, also we've got the show business events happening. What's on in MK and around? I mentioned it. I've been mentioning it for weeks now. I went to see Shrek. What a fabulous time I had. That's still on this week. It's on right through till a Sunday. There's performances Tuesday through to Saturday at 7 o'clock. And also on Saturday and Wednesday matinees, and also the final showing on Sunday the 6th of September at 3 p.m. You can get your tickets by calling the box office at Milton Keynes Theatre on 0844 871 7652, or you can book online at atgtickets.com/Milton Keynes. And that's a great show. Also on at the stable, at Milton Keynes Theatre on Wednesday the 9th of September, Dar O'Brien's in town. So if you like a good laugh, go along and see him. And the following night is a show I'm hoping to get along to see myself, the Fabulous Hollies, classic music. Well, of course, the lead singer, Peter Howarth, who's been on the show. And also now at the Stables, we've got some great shows there. Thursday, the 3rd of September, the big Chris Barber Band is in town. And Friday, the 4th of September, a lady I had on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to be taking part in this show. I'm going to be comparing the show. The band are called The Misfits, and it's a charity event at the Stables. Tickets are £15. And it's all the proceeds go to Willan Hospice and the Brain Tumour Charity. It's in aid of their founder member Charles Francis, who was a member of the band The Misfits, and the Stables was one of the last places he played with them. So I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to be comparing the show. So come along, say hello, and buy your tickets. They're £15, and you can get your tickets at the normal Stables box office number, which is 01908 280 800. Also on there, on the following night is a band. Well, one of the members lives locally here in Milton Keynes. Saturday the 5th, we've got the fabulous Shack Attack Nightbirds, easier said than done. And then on Tuesday the 8th, we've got Doc Brown. I saw him recently on the John Bishop show, and he made me laugh, which is good for me. And on Friday the 11th, another comic, none other than Sean Hughes. He's in town playing at the Stables. Also, another sort of comedy, if you like comedy, over in Stevenage, a little bit out, this is, out in Stevenage, on Wednesday the 23rd, we've got two people coming direct from the Edinburgh Festival. Headliner, Jenny Collier, she's been causing a big stir up in Edinburgh, and also on the bill, George Rigdon, and he was seen by Emma Thompson, and he was one of the funniest guys she'd ever seen. Also added to the bill now, we've got a gentleman called Ben Crampton. He's a Stevenage boy. He's on the bill as well. So we've got three people on the bill. It's Wednesday, the 23rd of September. It's at the Forum above the Ibis Hotel in Dean Street in Stevenage. Starts at 7:30. The acts are on stage at 8 o'clock. The tickets are £10, and you can get them by calling 07756 274444. That's about it for today on the email front for the event. I say, if you'd like your event mentioned on a future Sticks radio show, all you need to do is send me an email. It's thesticks@seclosounds.org. You send me an email, I get them, and I will do my very best to mention your event on a future show. Actually, tell a lie, I missed one. I'm going to be playing this band in a few minutes. The band are called The Portraits. They're a husband and wife duo. They're Jeremy and Lorraine Millington. They're from Bristol and Galway, though they live together now. That's where they originate from. They're playing at an event called Wilkstock which is over at Frogmore Hill, between Walken and Watton at Stone, on the outskirts of Stevenage, really. They're playing on the 6th of September. The event runs from the 4th to the 6th of September, but they're playing, I think, they're a really nice band. I got sent this CD, and I love it. And I'm going to be playing, I'm going to play it now, a song from their new album called